circuits never sleep. I feel my spirit hollow in this dream of chrome and steel. Wires twist and tangle in a dance of sparks of light. My heart begins to strangle in the neon of the night. We are the last resistance against the digital tide. In the void of resistance, our humanity will survive. The signal's getting stronger, every pulse a deadly beat. As the nights grow ever I wake up early, punch the clock. 8 hours later, still feel stuck. Bills keep climbing, rent's too high. Working full time, barely getting by. I'm just a regular guy, doing my best. No fancy car, no high class flex. I work all day, then sigh at the price. Man, life ain't cheap, and that ain't right. Coffee's cold, my boots worn thin. Another day, same place I've been. Dreams on hold, but I keep pushing through. What else is a working man supposed to do? I'm just a regular guy, doing my best. No champagne nights, just a pig stress. I work all day, then sigh at the price. Man, life ain't cheap, and that ain't right. Maybe one day the tide will turn. Till then, I just live and learn. I'm just a regular guy. Maybe one day the tide will turn. Till then, I just live and learn. I'm just a regular guy. the button, stop the chatter. Let's see what really matters. Turn this world into nuclear batter. Erase the world you shattered. Hungry politicians lying, empty promises they sell. Tired of all this time wasting, let's bid this world farewell. Push the control, let it ignite, end this eternal fight. Tired of living in fright, change day into night. Press the button, stop the chatter. Let's see what really matters. Turn this world into glowing batter. Erase the world you shattered. Don't threaten it anymore, just do it. Fear spreads faster than the news. Stop the games, let's light the fuse. No more skirting around the edges. Dance among the smoky hedges. Don't threaten it anymore, just do it. We dare any of you. watching the clock while you cry in doubt. Plumbers, techs, all in demand. You beg for jobs, I got 'em planned. They sold you a lie, said debt was the key. I built my own door, I don't need no degree. Wake up in the morning light, feel the rhythm, feel the mind. Every step is just a fight, on this stage of life tonight. Dreams are calling, stick around. Hear the music, feel the sound. In this hobby we are found. Living life is so profound. It's a way of life we choose. Every win and every bruise. In this dance we never lose. Living wild, no time to snooze. Through the darkness, through the pain, every challenge, every game. Like a storm, like pouring rain, wash away what's not in vain. Carry on and hold on tight, in the day and in the night. Find your fire, find your light, burn it bright with all your might. It's a way of life we choose. Every win and every bruise. In this dance we never lose. Living wild, no time to snooze. Ooh. Through the darkness, through the pain, every challenge, every game. Like a storm, like pouring rain, wash away what's not in vain. Carry on and hold on tight, in the day and in the night. Find your fire, find your light, burn it bright with all your might. Yeah, it's a way of life we choose. Every win and every bruise. In this dance we never lose. Living wild, no time to snooze.
Hello guys, I think we might be done with this one now. I'm just gonna look over it and see that we don't missing anything. Oh, actually, we are. The bottom of the toilet. That would look stupid if we didn't have that one. There we go. I believe that's it. Any small details that I've forgotten? Does look good. This one, yeah. I think it's all good. Okay. Let's do some sanding. There we go. Turn you guys up a little bit. Thank you, Splash Bee. Just gonna try to make light up, get a little bit better lighting. Lighting. It's always problematic. Or maybe not. Forget this. Let's do it like this. There we go. Should be fine, right? Everyone in the chat doing good? Okay. Let's do the sanding. No, we have to take this off first. I'm a little bit ahead today, I think. There we go. This one was surprisingly hard. A lot of small details that I didn't see coming. So yeah, not a simple picture at all. And I had a couple of old blades that I had forgotten to throw away. So I started using old blades. That's why I had to change blades like 3 times. 2 of the blades were really bad when I started the day. It happens. This one turned out really cool, really funny. If you're watching this and not subscribed, please subscribe. I would really much appreciate that. We're getting close to, I believe it's 3005, isn't it? It would be really cool to hit that mark. At some point. Now for the toilet. If you guys haven't seen the Deadpool movies, you should really do that. They are hilariously funny. And the new one with Wolverine is also, it's amazing. It's one of the best Marvel movies made since, I don't know when, in a long time, I think. Especially if you're a Marvel fan. Deadpool is very cool. Yeah, I agree. One of my favorites, I think. There we go. Yeah, that turned out actually better than I thought, I think. Wow, that turned... Some of these details are actually amazing. Yeah, let's sand it down. It'll be a little bit noisy. I hope that's okay. Yeah, that's good. Just a little bit of mark here. Maybe we'll do this. One of the few that are still made with passion. I agree. I agree. Did anyone go and see that new Captain America movie? I'm wondering if I should go and see it. If you would scroll the guy from Doom. Yeah, then I can say I'm doom scrolling. Yeah. I want to do that. The game Doom. I've been looking at the pictures of that, but it looks a little bit too much like what's the other character? I can't remember right now. I'm sorry. Not Fallout, but Halo. We did Halo, so I want to do Doom. Absolutely, we're going to do that. You guys are the Doom scrolling army, so I guess that's what the word. That's the thing that we're going for. So. Just gotta get rid of some stuff. This MDF has some coloring here that I don't like. I'm trying to get rid of. The small things is going to make a big difference for the finish of the picture. Okay, let's do some Danish oil. That's the thing that we use. It's not as bad as everyone is saying. It's pretty decent. Ah, cool. I'm glad to hear it. Maybe I should go and watch it on cinema then. I was thinking about waiting until it's on Disney Plus. There. This is funny. You don't really see it. Me and a friend of mine, we made our own coffee at some point, and this was our brand. It's only we only made it for like family, like, you know, burn your own coffee type thing. Stupid, I know. Danish oil incoming. Yeah. I really need to find something else than the Danish oil over time, because you use so much of this stuff because of the MDF is just draining everything. That's why MDF is awful to work with when it comes to that, the finishing part. But probably, I don't know. I know it's hard to just use something else when you're so, you know, you get good at one thing and then you're like, oh, I'm just gonna do this then because it works. Why change it if it doesn't work? But I don't know. I feel like the effect could probably you could get the same effect with using something else at this point than EHLE. But yeah, just haven't taken that step yet. It's fine though. It's just EHLE is fairly expensive compared to cheaper stuff. I have another one. Okay, let's do that last thing then. I don't have any frames left, so no framing at the moment. So I'm thinking about going to Sweden tomorrow or Tuesday, buy some frames. There's a lot cheaper in Sweden than in Norway. Oh, did I screw up? Ah, nice save. Yeah, a little bit. You're the world's best YouTuber. Thank you so much, Lucas. Always nice to hear. You are too kind. There we go. Ah, cool. Yeah, happy with it. Turned out cool. Don't you guys think? Okay. I actually kind of like how when they aren't framed yet, you can show it off without worrying about the reflection. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I could do that actually. I could start doing that. Just put the glass in after the stream or something like that. It's a good idea because the reflection is really annoying me. But yeah. Some people hate the glass in general. So this is the first time I'm actually going to try to sell with glass. So I hope that it's going to give it that it gives a little bit of a shine that I like. It gives a sort of professional vibe to it. But what you take away is the handmade vibe. So it'll be interesting. There we go. Any questions for me, guys? I like this. If this doesn't sell, I'm putting this on my wall because this is really cool. A lot more complicated than you would think. There's so many small things. Especially these curved stuff up here, they were really annoying. But yeah, turned out cool. I'm happy with it. If you do the classics, are you going to do Kurt Cobain too? I've done Kurt Cobain too, too, but before, I mean, but took a long time until I got to sell that one. So not really my type of or the type of people that comes and buy stuff. I feel like it's a little bit older generation, so more like Elvis and Bruce Springsteen and stuff like that. But I'm not ruling out doing anything. But I'm not gonna do Kurt Cobain this time around, but maybe in the future. It all depends, really. What is the picture for tomorrow? It's Bruce Springsteen, actually. It's the first classics that we're gonna do tomorrow, so it's totally different from what we've done now. Hey, Nanny! But the picture is cool. The picture is cool, but it's very different. I mean, it's like, so I'm always worried when the people who sort of want to subscribe for this, and then they see I do that, and then I lose people, you know, because I just want to sort of be able to do multiple things and to make different things, and yeah, I don't know. So yeah, that's what's up. I think this is actually going to be fairly easy tomorrow, but well, you never know. This might be a problem, actually. It's really far out, so again, I don't frame them at the moment, but when I put the frame on, this might actually be a problem. So are you going to do some Star Wars pictures in the near future? I can do that, absolutely. We just did the Mandalorian. We could do Boba Fett, maybe. That's a really cool series as well, if you do like the Mandalorian series. I can absolutely recommend Boba Fett. Maybe that's a good idea. We could do Yoda. We could do... yeah. Like I don't remember all the names at the moment, but yeah, we could do Lord of the Rings. We have done a lot of Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is my I like to say it's my generation's my generation's Star Wars. So I've obviously done 3 or 4 pictures already with Lord of the Rings. So I mean, yeah, I'm absolutely wanting to do more. It's just about finding the right portraits, and there are fairly few out there of Lord of the Rings that are good. So yeah, it's just a matter of finding cool pictures that is not too hard to turn into stencils, really. That's the thing. But yeah, if you have suggestions, keep them coming, because I need suggestions at this point, because this is number 58, I think. 2 more pictures and we have made 60 pictures on stream. So yeah, John Wick we made John Wick already. I don't have him here, but yeah. Actually, yesterday I made the first batch of pictures, 40 pictures, all done, ready to sell, and put them in box and stuff like that. So I got 40 pictures in a box. So then I sort of know the limit of one box. Yesterday you said number 69, I think. Did I? Jesus. Oh yeah, I did, didn't I? You know what? Yeah. You're right, because I have forgotten to count the pictures on the wall. These ones as well. I've forgotten that one, and I have a couple of ones that are not in frames yet. So yeah, you're probably right. Or I have to count them all over again. But it's easier now because I have them in 40 of them in boxes at least. So yeah, but I'm gonna count them again, and I'm gonna be sure how many we actually made, and then we're gonna do a giveaway when we get to picture number 100, and so I can maybe then we decide what we're gonna make, and okay, so oh yeah, let's say Bummer, you're the winner of blah blah blah. And now you get to decide what I'm gonna make, and I will send it to you or whatever, you know. We'll do something like that, I think, and then you can decide if you want to have a glass frame without the glass, without the frame, or whatever, you know. Or if you pick a person, like say you pick Deadpool, maybe you want it to say, like, okay, I want this picture, but I wanted to say Deadpool or something like that, you know. Well, we'll do something like that, I think, for maybe. That's just, I'm thinking like that. That could be funny to do something special, you know, when we hit these milestones. Yeah. Same. I'm thinking when we get to like, if we get to 4,000 subscribers, we'll do something. I don't know. I could do a self-portrait of myself, which will be humiliating, you know, something like that. So yeah. Oh, I'm just gonna drink something. No, nothing more in chat. Okay, I guess that's it. If you guys don't have any more questions for me, I can't believe you don't have more than 4K already. Yeah, it is what it is, you know. I think I alienate a lot of people when I did the whole moving camera thing. Some people just didn't like that, and then they skip. And I don't know. I'm about to sort of. I'm trying not to reflect too much on who subscribes and what type of people. I just gotta sit here and have fun and talk to you guys and not think too much about it, because I think it's, you know, not healthy. But yeah, and you're the only one who donated money as well. Thank you again for that, by the way. That's really awesome, and I think it helps with I don't know if it helps with algorithm, but like YouTube always come with suggestions and stuff like that when any new things happens, so that's always helpful. Or if it's not helpful, it's at least fun, you know. So yeah, but that was really, really cool. Adrian, please, Rocky Balboa? If I should make Rocky Balboa, is that what you mean? Or am I misunderstanding? When GTA 6 comes out, you should make a picture of it. Then you're gonna get some new viewers, I think. Yeah, we could do that. We could also do GTA 5, because there are stencils of that. You know, the is it San Andreas? I've totally forgotten which number we're at. I started playing GTA 1 at school. I would skip class and we would go to the computer room. That was a new thing. That's how old I am. And we would skip classes and we would go and play GTA 1. And we got in trouble because, you know, there were, you know, you could drive over people and stuff like that. So, you know, the teacher got pissed because they didn't like that game or whatever. So we've come a long way. the same goes with Doomsday. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna try to do that. That's why I was like, okay, should we make like maybe Captain America with a new one? But I'm not seeing a lot of hype around it. And me personally, I'm a little bit back and forth with that movie in particular, because I was such a fan of the first 3 movies. Captain America is sort of one of my favorite. He is my favorite Avenger. As I think he's the coolest because he's sort of like the original one, and he's the leader and everything. So, and he's a classic, and he drives motorcycles and stuff like that. So I like him the most. But yeah. I think most people like Iron Man. Probably. I think he's more, I don't know if he's more relatable, but he's more, you got all the super tech stuff. He's like Marvel's Batman, I guess, because he's rich. But yeah, I like the idea of making some GTA 6. Absolutely. And we're gonna do something with Thunderbolts. That's gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward to that one. It has to do with the family, sort of crazy family of Black Widow. If you've seen the movie Black Widow, you should do that. It's really, really good. Really, really, really good, and a lot of fun. Like Captain Russia and that whole thing. It was just a comedy character. It's a lot of fun. The most people like, but yeah, Spider-Man. Yeah, I've never really been a big Spider-Man fan. I think it's, I don't know. I always felt like he complains a lot. Like, but it makes sense, because he's a teenager and stuff like that. So, but yeah, and as far as the look goes, he looks really cool, absolutely. But he's also the hardest to scroll saw, because if you think about it, his mask is so detailed that you have like small strings. I don't know why I'm keep doing this. But yeah, so but at some point we have to make another Spider-Man, because first of all, it's going to be challenging, but it's a cool character, and the one image that I made is not, I can do better. My favorite are Black Panther and Moon Knight. We're gonna do Black Panther soon. I found an image that I like. We're gonna do Black Panther. Moon Knight I have not seen. Should I watch the show? I know nothing about Moon Knight. What type of character is Moon Knight? Is he like, Luke Cage, and if you've seen that? Hulk. Yeah, Nanny, we could do one more Hulk. We have done Hulk, but we can do one more for sure. Hulk is cool. He was my favorite when I started getting into superheroes. Then the Hulk was my favorite, because he was just when I was younger, I was just like, okay, he's obviously the best one because he's big and he can beat everyone up. What's people's favorites here? Splashby. I don't know if I even pronounced your name right. Actually, I was looking at your name the other day. I was like, is it Splashby or is it Splashby? How do I say it? I say Splashby. I think that sounds cool. But do you have a favorite superhero? If you're still here. By the way, if you have a PayPal account, you need to send me your email address. You should watch the show. It's pretty cool. Nice. And I'll do that with my girlfriend. We usually do that. We sit at night and we watch superhero series and movies. We tried to watch Hawkeye, the series, but wasn't any. Well, I mean, if you're a super fan of Hawkeye, then probably you like it. But I watched like 2 or 3 episodes, and I was like, it's not for us. It was so boring. It's a shame, because I like the character and I like the actor. The actor is amazing. I really, really like the actor who plays Hawkeye. I think he was well cast, personally. But okay, we're hitting the 2-hour mark in a couple of seconds now. The first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is pretty good too, but it keeps getting worse every season. It does. Yeah, I saw 3 episodes, so I'm 3 episodes into it. And I stopped and I started watching Nick Fury, the Invasion. And that one was really cool, actually. But I haven't finished that one either. So that's the thing. I tend to start all of these superhero shows and I just don't finish them. That's bad, but yeah, it happens. USA official. I'm from Europe. S.H.I.E.L.D. S1 since season 1. It's like the X-Files. Yeah. I watched a lot of X-Files when I was younger. I like that show. That's old now. Okay, guys, but I'm thinking that we have been live for 2 hours. We'll come back tomorrow and we'll do Bruce Springsteen, and we'll see how it does. It's a cool image nonetheless, and we'll go from there. No streams on Tuesday though. We'll probably, I don't think so. So yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m. I'm trying to, I might go online 15 minutes before 7 p.m. But yeah, I'm trying to sort of stick to that time frame of 7 p.m. now. So yeah, thank you to everyone who has been watching. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. Like the video, show, whatever. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye, guys.